Thank you. Thank you, Betsy, William, Malcolm, the Eternal. Well, it's that time of the year again, and we meet here annually, and things obviously change, and mostly for the better, but we still have challenges. I just came back from the United States for a very important meeting with President Trump. Obviously, the focus was on Iran. The President is determined to exhaust the possibilities of achieving a deal which he believes can be achieved now because of the circumstances that have been created, the force projection, and the fact that, as he says, Iran must surely understand that they missed out last time, and he thinks there's a serious probability that they won't miss out this time. I will not hide from you that I express my skepticism of any deal with Iran because, frankly, Iran is reliable on one thing. They lie and they cheat. But I said that if a deal is to be reached, it should have several components that we believe are important not only for the security of Israel, but for the security of the world. The United States, the region, the world. The first is that all enriched material has to leave Iran. The second is that there shall be no enrichment capability, not stopping the enrichment process, but dismantle the equipment and the infrastructure that allows you to enrich in the first place. And the third is to deal also with the questions of ballistic missiles. There's an MTCR limitation of 300 kilometers, and Iran is supposed to adhere to it. Of course it doesn't, as the Rising Lion operation by itself manifested. Everybody knows that. And the fourth is dismantle the axis of terror that Iran has built. It's been smashed, but it's still there. It's trying to recover, as Iran itself is trying to do. And the last thing is, remember Ronald Reagan's dictum vis-a-vis the Soviet Union? Trust but verify. Distrust, distrust, and always verify. So there has to be real inspections, substantive inspections, no lead time inspections, but effective inspections for all of the above. These are the elements that we believe are important for the achievement of a deal, and I presented our position very clearly. We also spoke about Gaza. I think we set out when we went to, after we were massacred on October 7th, we set up three goals vis-a-vis Gaza. The first one was to return all the hostages. The second was to disarm or dismantle Hamas's military capabilities, and the third is to dismantle Hamas's governing capabilities. The first has been achieved with the help of the United States, and first of all with the help of our brave soldiers, our incomparably courageous soldiers. The support that we got from President Trump and his team, the support we got from you and so many around the world, and the decisions that we made not to cower and not to submit to the pressures that were put on us from outside and from inside. We stood our ground. We got every single one of these people out, including the last hero, Rani Gvili, incredible hero. But there are so many others. We stood our ground there. We also stand our ground on the other two things that have to happen. Under President Trump's 20-point plan, when we move to Phase B, what has to happen is that Hamas must first be disarmed, and then Gaza must be demilitarized. Disarmed means that it must give up its weapons, not main weapons. And what are the main? People said heavy weapons. There are practically no heavy weapons in Gaza. There's no artillery, there are no tanks, there's nothing. The heavy weapon, the one that does the most damage, is called an AK-47. Okay? That's it. That's how they execute people. That's how they shoot our people. That's what they used. Assault rifles. That's what they used in the massacre of October 7th. That's what they used. That's what they did the worst massacre of the Jewish people since the Holocaust with AK-47s. 60,000 of them. They have to go outside. Obviously, RPGs, rockets, and so on. But that's the main weapon, and that has to go. So first, disarm Hamas, and second, demilitarize Gaza. What does that mean? They still have tunnels there. We dismantled about 150 kilometers of 500 kilometers of tunnels. We have to complete the job. That means also that you can't hide weapons labs or other facilities that they use to rearm themselves, regroup and reform, which they're trying to do. We're giving the President's plan a chance. And he put it very succinctly. He said, it can be done the easy way, or it can be done the hard way. We hope that it'll be done the easy way, because we know the ravages of war, we know what it means to lose people. We know the human cost of war. But that goal has to be achieved one way or the other, and one way or the other, it will be achieved. In the meantime, when there's a ceasefire, it doesn't mean that we can't do anything. They attack us, including yesterday and today. We killed 13 terrorists. We act in response. We don't wait, we just do. They don't have a free rein, but we are giving them the time, giving the ISF, the International Security Force, and the President's Board of Peace and the various groups, various bodies that are under it, giving them the opportunity to try to do it the easy way. Again, we shall see. And it will be done. Gaza will not pose a threat ever again to the State of Israel. Now, obviously, we have other fronts. And the most important one is the front of vilification to the Jewish state and the Jewish people and the rampant anti-Semitism, which I'll talk about in a minute. But I want to bring to your attention what is happening, because you will not know it if you turn on the television stations and so on. Depends which, of course. You wouldn't know what is happening here. The most important thing that is happening is that people are coming to us. Nations are coming to us. Companies are coming to us. Enormous economic powers are coming to us. Israel has been ranked by The Economist, not a particular fan of me or the State of Israel in recent years, but it ranked the Israeli economy among the 3 most vibrant economies in the world, just now. Now, this comes after 2 years of war. 2 years. It's our longest war. It's even longer than the War of Independence. 2 years of being savaged in the international media and so on, in the UN and all these associated bodies. Our economy is growing rapidly. Our stock market is at an all-time high. The shekel versus the dollar is at almost at a 30-year high. Inflation is going down. There's very little of it. Interest rates have gone down. Not enough. More. But it's at 4% now. It'll go down further. And the investments in Israel are huge. Now, why is that happening? 1, because we run the economy responsibly. We know how to do that. 2, because we have the war showed the prowess of Israel, the enormous capacities here, the high-tech, deep-tech capabilities that astonish the world. That is not only in the military field. It has immediate consequences in the civilian field, and people understand it. So they come here. Now, as I said, countries come here. Chancellor of Germany was here at his initiative. We'd like to talk to you about our defense industry, in which they want to invest a very, very large amount of money. Who's coming here next week? Narendra Modi. Tremendous alliance between Israel and India, and we are going to discuss all sorts of cooperation. Now, India is not a small country. It has 1.5 billion people. In India, Israel is enormously popular. Enormously popular. Did you know that? Yeah, you do. Good. I'm glad you know it. But I want all of you to know it. And there are other countries that are coming to us, one after the other. There's been a change, as you know, in Latin America. You know it. The first one, obviously, is the constancy of some of our friends. Argentina, among them, a tremendous friend, and deserves tremendous applause. Milei. But there are others. There's Ecuador and Paraguay and Bolivia and so on. I think there are about 7 countries right now, and I'm remiss in not calling their names, but the number is growing all the time.